I can't even believe it. It's 5:30. It's
Right
5:30
on the
on a
dot.
Wednesday. This is episode 108 of Prep Talk Live. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. Joining me, as always, in his secret underground facility,
Yeah.
is the urban prepper. Tup, what is going on? Loving your back to the concrete. You have like the non-concrete, the concrete with
I
no
have the fake
detail and the
concrete.
concrete with detail version now.
Yeah, I need to get like a better fake concrete setup because I like the real one. It looks nice. It looks like I'm in a parking lot or something, but I'm not. Yeah, things are going pretty well. Trying to think what all the prepping stuff. Yeah, it's cranking out videos.
Yeah, another one came
Improve.
out.
The other one,
We've had carbon monoxide. We've had the blackout
yeah,
videos
I'm
as
trying to.
of late.
I've been diving into power outage stuff just because that's what my wife is concerned about it right now. Although now she's like, well, she's like, you need to revisit your earthquake preparedness because it's not what it used to be. So, which heard that before. That's no,
It's it's whack-a-mole of emergency preparedness.
yeah. So, uh, yeah, no, that's been pretty fun. It's I'm trying to do one a week, and and I think I'm on track for the next one for Saturday. So, that's fun. But yeah, reorganizing certain things. I did a big reorganization project for our that we have all these power outage kits now, and then we have like the power bank, the
Hmm.
EcoFlow and stuff, and we didn't have a good location to store those for long term, and I didn't want them. They were on display in the living room, and I didn't think it was a good conversation piece for guests. So
No,
I
just put them in the fish tanks. I
that's
think that would be a great idea.
Yeah, so we trained how she could move the EcoFlow because it weighs more than my son, and anyway. I reorganized one of the hall the entryway closet, so now it's perfectly organized for power outages, which is cool. So I'm happy with that.
Awesome. So you have the big ones, right?
The big EcoFlow,
Yeah, the ones that like
yeah, the big
you
man,
power a house with, not the ones that are like for
yeah, it's huge. It's
because they make different sizes.
yeah, it's humongous. It weighs like 117 pounds. Like it's nuts. Uh, but yeah, they're pretty. Those are pretty cool for sure, and they're expensive. But now I'm also I did the carbon monoxide preparedness one, and that's one that my wife it was near to dear to her heart because we have some upcoming vacations coming up, and
Hmm.
she saw the sad story about it was I think a baseball player or an athlete that where his son was like they on a vacation and there was carbon monoxide issue within the resort, and so that was super sad. So now she we're taking an upcoming vacation back to Vegas in July, and
Hmm.
she wants our travel preps better prepared. So because and I'm trying to figure out the best way of doing it. I was maybe this is a good platform to figure that
Yep.
out, but because there's stuff that she's already been bringing the UV light, which I think is a mistake. But
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing you don't. It's my father always told me, like for attorneys, you never ask a question you don't want to know or already know the answer to,
yeah, so she's
and
anyway.
that's an answer you don't want to know.
But she's has been bringing that, and she's scoping it out like she's Dexter Morgan, and then we find stuff. But and now we're including the carbon monoxide detector for the travel. And my son he went to Disneyland over the weekend, and so she forced him to take it, which he did, and that was cool. So anyway, so I'm trying to work on our like on a travel kit to bring with you for vacations, and the carbon monoxide is one of those. Yeah, she wants the UV light. I want like more security stuff for like door stops and stuff because I don't trust people. And and then what else was I looking at? Like
So that's an interesting. So just on that
yeah.
note, we'll take an off ramp here. So when you're talking about your son going to Disneyland, so my son went to Eugene for the Model United Nations conference this last weekend, which is very near and dear to my heart because I did it all through high school, and I was super excited for my kids to do it because it's super super fun. And they pretend to be countries, and then they pretend to like go to war and solve issues, and somebody ends up always like trying to rename countries, and there's escalations and all kinds of things that happen. But anyway, it was he was traveling. This is his second kind of over a weekend conference that he's gone to, and I've been thinking about okay, when we travel, we have, preps that I bring with us as a family and stuff. But now that we have our smaller units are going and we have set, I was like, okay, we need to have like a preparedness little pack that he can put, that or my daughter can put somewhere. Um, so it feels like there's like a field trip prep kit that we need to build.
Field kit, field trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to like because I like my wife loves the power outage, like the OCD hard plastic with compartments and stuff, but it
Yeah.
seems kind of bulky to bring for a trip, and so
Yeah. Well, and also like, especially like with kids, like we want them to have the things and be safe.
yeah,
We also don't want them to like show up to their hotel rooms with their friends and have everyone turn around and be like, nerd alert, nerd prepping alert. What do you have? What's going?
that's
And
true.
like they're like, so trying to find the balance of how do we keep them safe and give them the tools that they would need to feel confident, while at the same time not like we don't care because we're adults and it's like, yeah, if we're gonna have a carbon monoxide, like that's what we do.
That's what he was most concerned about was because he was rooming with a schoolmate and he was concerned that they were going to think he was a big nerd or whatever. So
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like we've got to figure out ways to have cool preps that
food preps,
like
that's a good topic.
that they could have that would give us peace of mind, but also not make it so no one wants to sit with them at the lunch table.
Yeah, cool preps. I like that.
Look, we have bougie preps, we have cool preps,
Yeah, I
we
never even
have
thought about that. I think that's good. That's a good series. Like, what are cool preps?
cool preps. Or what are the preps that exist and like how do we make them cool? Like,
Yeah,
do we put them in special pouches or package them differently or hide them in certain ways? Like, um, we were talking about getting, we have the little Garmin sat phone GPS units and things. And it's like, okay, do we put that in a pouch and then put it like at the bottom of their backpack? So if
yeah,
somebody were to pull it out, like it's just a pouch, nobody would have any idea what was in it or something. But okay, in case there's an emergency, like that's there.
yeah. I'm leaning towards the pouch thing for our travel. We have a couple summer vacations and we want to be prepared for those ones. Like with the carbon monoxide, I try to figure out the best way of storing that without it accidentally activating when it's in store. Like I don't want it beeping on the airplane or something. Which
Yeah.
uh,
Well, did you get with a battery operated one or did you get one that plugs in?
I got both, and I
Okay.
felt actually through the comments, like people left uh, they left comments on better brands, so I'm actually upgrading. The video's already obsolete, and uh,
Look, it was great that you put 2 months into it and it lasted for 4 hours.
yeah,
Like
almost
that was
almost every single kit that I have, whatever is online, it's like obsolete now, or it's old. It's been modified since then. Like all of them,
mhm.
EDC bag, all of them.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's just kind of the world in which we live. It's like when you go to any store online, you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy this thing because I think it's the best or it's the thing someone told me about. And you get there and there's like 17 recommendations of things you've never even heard of that are kind of like it or have different features. And then you have to decide like, do I go with the thing that I originally wanted or was I just unaware of all of these other options of things?
Yeah,
Um,
keeping an eye on the chats as we're going to.
yeah, Daniel is here. We did not hit his theme music, although we are working
Yeah,
on
he's here.
that.
He's hitting home runs yet again. Just
Yeah, I mean that's all he does. All he does is
yes,
win.
yes.
Pigs fly is here, Pony Girls
Yeah, good
here.
to see you.
So yeah,
I
we've
see that Viking prepper just joined the building, so it's good.
yeah. So Daniel was saying something about meds,
Well, I
but
said
I couldn't tell if it was
it was
real or not.
I think it was a joke because I said uh what did I say? Like
Pony Girl, Pony Girl's been here long enough. Yes, the wheels, the hamsters just were wiggling their way onto the wheels, and just they were starting to go. They were just
yes,
almost having thoughts.
yeah. uh, you'll probably see something because yeah, I think that's a great idea. The field trip preps, I love it.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's kind of like an augmented version of, so I think you have, I have emergency kits that the kids take with them to school.
Yeah.
And it's got certain stuff in it, and we've adjusted it as they've gotten older. Um, but the idea from that was, okay, you have it when you go to school, and then you can take the pouch out of your backpack and put it in your backpack when you're going to a friend's house or something like that. And the pouch is your emergency kit, wherever you're going.
Yeah.
I feel like now they are getting to an age where now there are additional, it's not a sleepover, it's not a going to a friend's house, it's not going to school, it's okay, you're going away for 3 days somewhere. And so there's an augmented piece to this that needs
Yeah,
to get
I
developed.
tried to get him to go with I have a fanny pack kit ready to go, but he didn't want to rock the fanny pack for.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think
But in
I don't.
Disneyland, that's the place to have a fanny pack, I think.
It is. So yes. So we rebrand it as a crossbody or a
Yeah,
sling bag,
that's the cool way of doing it.
and then it's totally fine.
Yeah,
I just don't want to call it a
I'm
fanny
eyeballing
pack.
new fanny packs for Vegas. I have some ideas. So.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we had fanny packs when we went to Disneyland this last time. Everybody had a fanny pack. I always have more of like a actual backpack.
Yeah.
But the kids had fanny packs, and my wife has one that's like uh, Mary Poppins purse. Like it looks like a regular fanny pack, but you just keep putting stuff into it, and it just. I think there might have been 3 or 4 small children that we found in there at one point. Like it just is. It's another dimension.
I think I said last time I was in Vegas, like I was wearing pro wrestling T-shirts, and like it was helping me cut through the lines, and I got a lot of good feedback. So I was eyeballing a WWE Championship belt replica fanny pack, which I'm like, oh, that's going to
Oh,
be a hit.
that's fantastic.
So I'm
I
looking into that. So.
Now, okay. Well, when you're going, WrestleMania is this weekend in Las Vegas.
Oh, it is. Huh? Well, I'm going in July, so
Oh,
actually,
okay. Well,
I don't. I'm kind of old school. I don't watch new wrestling. I'm a
oh well,
'90s
they
kid.
brought all the old people back.
Oh, okay,
So now the Rock's back,
Rock's back.
and yeah, exactly. And Hulk Hogan showed up a couple weeks
Oh
ago
my
when they
gosh.
came on to Netflix, and yeah, they bring them all back at some point. So
Yeah, to make a Unity build for EDC like that. At one point I was looking at Batman utility, I think utility belt.
yeah.
I was looking into utility belt designs, and then it doesn't blend in. Like I could like when you
No.
have a utility, it's hard to be gray man when you
Yeah,
have the
especially
Batman.
when it's bright yellow with a Batman
Yeah,
logo on
the
it. It
bright
just
yellow doesn't work, and
really the anti-shark spray labels on things, it just
I've
doesn't
tried
work out.
over the years. I've tried they have all sorts of different EDC belts. I've tried like having like um, the little modular approach. It kind of turns like a Batman belt, and that just looks dorky. My wife vetoed it, and it just sticks out. And then they also have some of the belts with like the hidden inside zipper pocket where you could store stuff, and
Mhm.
I just wasn't into that. So I just have like a really nice belt. Is what I.
Yeah. Um, I there was I had a thought. It left. It was here and it was gone. About what was I thinking about? It was utility belts. It was actually on topic, and I
Oh,
mean, amazingly enough. Okay, it will come back to me at some point. Um, what was it with the utility belts? Utility belt? I don't remember. It's lost. We'll come back to it.
yeah. So, sometimes like I've tried like these different fancy way of EDCing stuff, or I even tried like having an EDC pouch in my hat to store stuff, and I was just like.
Yeah.
The Batman utility belt. I've done an ankle bracelet style one. I've done
Look, to be
like
clear, that had nothing to do with preparedness
yeah,
and
that was a rough
everything to
time. That was
do
a rough
with,
time.
yeah, that was there was a time where, you just had to do things. It was a thing.
Yeah, I even have one where like with the police detectives where they have like the leather strap, and that's where they normally have their concealed carry. But I had mine with like
Hmm.
Altoids kits and stuff. I've tried all of it, and all of them. I think my wife vetoed every single one of them and said, that looks so stupid. What are you doing?"
Yeah, yeah. No, I think there is a potential, I think, for those of us who enjoy this and everything else to get like a little too creative.
Yeah,
Like it's like going
you got to
full
keep it
pepper.
simple on some
It's
stuff. Yeah,
full
it's
creative.
too full
It's
prepper.
like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, like we get it, but also like having the leather holster thing with the Altoids things rocking around in there. Like, I feel like someone would have just said like, get like a bag or a belt or
Yeah,
bigger
yeah. So
pockets, cargo pants, something.
I'm trying to go away from going too far, too far prepper on some of those things. So uh,
Yeah.
so I've really simplified a lot of that.
So a question I've got, and this is actually what had I remembered what it was. Um, have you seen the ads on TikTok? And there are other places too, but I'm getting them all the time on TikTok. They're for meal prep bags. And what I can't figure out 100% is, are they really meal prep bags, or is that code for more of like a bug out range type bag?
Mm.
Because they are very cool and they are all about compartments. They are about different plastic compartments, and you can stack stuff in them, and you can put either Velcro, molly webbing that attaches to them and everything. Like, they are super kind of tactical and also not. They come in a variety of like designs and colors. There was like a Batman logoed one and some stuff. But what I can't figure out is if they really are like for meal prepping, like that's the idea, or if they are meant for something else and they're being called um, meal prep bags.
Yeah, I haven't seen that once on TikTok, and I'm on TikTok a
Um,
lot, so I'm not sure. We must have different ads that are appearing.
I'm gonna see if I can find
Okay.
them real quick. Oh, here we go. Yes, Wolfpack. Um, Here, so I'll pull this up,
Do we have the technology for
and
this? Is it?
we have the technology. We do. We do. All right, we're gonna pull this up.
Oh wow.
All right. Can you? Are we seeing this?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. Yeah. So they're spendy little guys. Um,
I
but
like the double bottle holder. That looks cool.
yeah, and so this is just one of the sizes. But see on the inside,
Oh, look at that.
like they have these containers. And so, when I looked at this originally, this to me, the outside looks very tactical. This screams range bag, bug out bag, like all of that. But I guess it really is for meal prepping, like
Well, how many
a
meals do you
cool
bring with?
lunchbox.
Like, I guess you bring in breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't. Like,
Yeah, or like they're talking about going to the office and the gym and stuff. So like, okay, maybe it's
yeah, it'd be a great.
you're
Yeah, Caitlin said the first aid bath kit. That'd be an awesome first aid kit.
yeah. Well, and then they make like there's this one. Also, like the fact that it was like, don't be average, be a wolf. I was like, okay, that seems like we're starting to talk
That's the
similar
tactical.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, we are in a whole different um but they make other ones too. Like they have like a duffel bag, and like they have a whole line of these. So there's all different sizes
Wow.
for the backpack. There's a Batman version that they have. Um and then the duffel bag one, like you actually like attach stuff to it. So like these little side compartments are like Velcro. And so you can just wholesale unattach them.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking them up on YouTube right now.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is either like a super cool new brand of bags that we have to try out, or like it's a range bag disguising itself as a meal prep bag.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of those bags, like they could be a camera, to go bag where you have your different cameras in the different spots. So multi-purpose bag, but maybe your algorithm has showed them that you like meal preps, and so that's why they're
Yeah,
converting
I
it
do.
into a meal prep backpack.
Yeah, I do. Like, I do save a lot of meal prep related bags, and or not bags, but like recipes and things like that. But yeah. So anyway, so this is one of those.
That's
Um,
cool. I got it. I put it on the phone, so I'm going to be checking it out more. Not that I need another bag. So
yeah, exactly. Not that any of us need more bags.
yeah.
Um, And yeah, the first aid kit idea,
Oh,
like,
yeah, diaper bag. That's a great idea.
hmm Kaylin's coming up with all kinds
Caitlin's just
of
knocking them out right now.
giving Daniel a run for his money
Yeah, because
on these ideas. Um, so and Daniel thinks it's a range bag. See, I think it could be. I think it could actually probably be for anything. I think it could be. It just doesn't. The problem is it doesn't strike me as gray man enough to like just take with you.
no, people, it looks
So
tactical.
yeah, so you're either taking it to the gym or you're taking it to the range or you're planning on using it in more of a tactical manner, I think. It's not the sort of thing that would blend in if you were just wandering around with it.
Daniel, look, times are tough. Range bags are one step away from OnlyFans again. As soon as you mentioned that Caitlin was having some good comments, then Daniel comes
Mhm.
in with the haymaker on the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you couldn't just leave it alone. It's
Yeah,
fine. It's fair.
that's funny.
um so yes, I think we need to come up with because the other thing that is going to happen here in a couple of years, or 3 years or whatever, is at some point, the oldest are going to graduate out of high school and be on their own in some capacity at school or jobs or whatever. Um, and so I have started to kind of think too a little bit about, okay, what is that smaller kind of either get home from wherever, or what is that dorm room apartment um, kind of setup to start thinking about. So as we're acquiring things at home, okay, you've got an extra power bank, you got an extra this, you got an extra that. Okay, at a certain point, then that extra stuff maybe goes, and what does that look like?
Yeah, I don't. I'll have to start thinking about that soon. I'm not to that point yet.
Yeah, I mean, we've got like
We
I've
got a
got
few
at
more
least
years. We got a few more
three
years.
year 3 more
We'll
years,
we'll work out the
but
kinks.
yeah, yeah. But I was like, all right, well, now that we're starting to get this, we're getting like the test run in some of these kind of multi-day conferences and that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
fishing tackle box is another Caitlin. Yeah, she's.
Yeah. Have you seen the snackle boxes?
I
Speaking
don't
of
know.
tackle boxes, the snackle boxes are fantastic.
I don't even know what it is.
It looks like a little tackle box, but the idea is you fill it with snacks.
Oh,
So it's like plastic and it has little dividers in it. And you could put tackle in it. You could put all kinds of things. But one of the things that people do on TikTok is take it and you put like some grapes, or you put like 8 different kinds of candy for movie night or whatever, and then it keeps it all contained and it's got a lid and stuff. And so you could also use it for like batteries and a bunch of other things. But they call them snackle boxes.
knuckle box. I gotta look that up. Oh, let me
Yeah,
get.
exactly. Yeah, preps and snackle boxes, preps and TikToks. That's like, what are we going to do when TikTok goes away and we have to go back to Instagram? This is just going to be a whole.
Did it get extended, or are we okay?
I don't know. It got extended, and then China got
Snackle box.
upset because of the tariffs, and so now who knows what's going to happen? But
Oh yeah, the snackle boxes look kind of cool.
yeah, here
We have the technology to bring that on the board.
we do snackle box. Yep, I can do that.
Tup, are you in a
Um,
rest stop bathroom? Yes.
yeah,
There's a, that's funny. Stainless steel toilet right back here.
exactly.
It's really cold.
So yeah, so this is the snackle box, or I mean, it's a version. There are lots of different ones and different brands, but the thing is each of the cups come out,
That's cool.
so you can fill the cups and then you can take the cups out for serving and stuff. But you could also, I mean, this could be first aid kit because they stack, so it could be first aid supplies. It could be batteries. It could be
Great,
medications and
great
stuff.
for Legos.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
That's like game changer.
Yes. Which, by the way, they announced the upcoming May the 4th Lego sets for Star
Hmm.
Wars. I was not overly, honestly, I was not overly overwhelmed by the sets that they announced. Um, but there is a lot of hubbub about
Okay.
the sets and things. But yeah. So anyway, so yeah, so this is kind of a thing. So yeah, so we got a couple of these to kind of test out stuff.
Oh,
But
you are testing up.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. We were like, oh, when we go to like when we have friends over, or when the kids have friends over, or if we're going to the lake for the day or something, instead of just packing tons and tons of stuff, we can actually kind of pack these together, and each kid can have their own, or we can have
That's awesome.
uh, charcuterie style or something. So
Wolfpack Lego range bag coming.
yes, now that with the
Daniel,
snackle
jeez.
boxes inside instead of the meal prep containers, now we're in business.
Yeah, that's good.
Now we're in business. um yes, I am actually quite hungry. I'm looking forward. We're going to dinner here in about 3 minutes, so
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
very much looking forward to that. Yeah, and look, my TikToks are, I think everyone has their own.
It's
um
curated to your.
I think I saw a thing the other day, and it was Chat GPT. It was on TikTok. It was Chat GPT ideas and hacks and cool things. And one of them was, you take a picture of somebody's bookcase, and then you put that picture in Chat GPT and ask Chat GPT to describe the type of person that would have this bookshelf.
Wow.
And it was really interesting because it was somebody was talking about it for, like, if you're going on dates, to get a better idea of people you're meeting, to do this. But yeah, I mean, I think if you had your TikTok FYP, and you were like, based on this, describe the person who has this TikTok algorithm, or this TikTok for you page, or whatever. I think that could be something like that. Okay, let's see.
I'm trying to catch up on a couple of those things too.
Oh yeah, make sure nobody puts any worms in the snackle box. You got the snackle box and the tackle box have to be very separate. Otherwise, the noodles are going to taste very different. Yeah, Pony Girl saying that she's selling them at like craft stores and sports shops. Yeah, I 100% think that is a thing that would work out really well.
Yeah, most likely I'll get one too, and we'll see if we can put it to use.
Yeah,
I've never even heard of it before.
And look, that's why you come here.
It would be great for there's a lot of, like, you could
all
do
the random.
batteries. You could do like a Altoids kit on steroids type setup.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're kind of like those. They're like the Milwaukee pack. I don't remember what
very
they're
similar.
called.
Yeah,
The pack up cubes or whatever. Which I was actually going to get some of those at one point, and I haven't done that yet. But where they're kind of cubes, but they stack together and stuff. Like it would probably be a less expensive, less durable, but also less expensive option to get.
I like that it's clear too. That's because the Milwaukee ones are like red and black, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I think they have like frosted clear on the top.
First aid kit's a good idea of Pigs Fly.
Yeah.
And then we'll put those in the wolf pack, and we'll have different ones and I think it'd be great.
We need to figure out what size wolf pack could actually, because those are going to be larger than like a standard meal prep container. So which wolf pack would we need to house?
It looked like it's some huge wolf packs. Yeah, we'll have to figure. Well, we'll have to have our research team kind of dive into
exactly. We'll have to call the wolf pack people and say, hey, what are we doing here? What's happening?
Gummy worms are good to go for both. That's true.
That is fair. That is
good point. Yeah, we missed that.
And welcome in Oscrates, a new member of the chat. Yeah, exactly. We love seeing the new avatars and the new.
Just came right in with a great comment.
Love that for you. Love that for us. And it seems like a great way to end it. Like you came in, you made your comment, and then we ended the whole thing. That was fantastic.
Bingo card update. Casey is hungry. Haven't covered a topic, and Tup needs a new bag. Bingo.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Yes, I'm hungry. That's fair. We covered a couple of topics.
Yeah,
We covered many topics.
yeah.
We covered them shortly,
Field
but we
trip
covered a
prep,
variety.
travel prep. Yeah,
Yeah,
we did all sorts of stuff.
exactly. And Tup always needs a new bag. That's
Yeah,
not specific to this show. Just in general, Tup is always looking for new bags.
yeah.
So.
I'll catch some heat on that if I get another bag. But
All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining us.
we'll have a great dinner. And
I'm
yeah,
looking forward to it. I think
yeah.
the youngest did not have play practice tonight, so we were like, okay, we will go and do something fun. So I think that is on the agenda.
Sweet.
But thanks everybody for joining. We will see you next week. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good for next week. So I'll try to send the thing out with a little more advanced warning to everybody too.
Cool. Yeah, we're good to go.
All right, awesome. Then we will talk to you all next Wednesday at 5:30 ish. Thanks again. Have a wonderful evening.